Okay, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. See if we can get a second entry up here. It's all right. It's just looking quite rangy, actually. Let me just put this down here. Okay, hope everyone's okay and ready for business. See if we can get a second entry short here. So we got no news today I'm aware of.
Order submitted.
Yeah, any news is done and dusted. See if we can get a some kind of a second entry here. How you doing, Karina? There was a triple test up here, actually. I think that was definitely attractive. I keep getting funny. I'm starting to get migraines. I've had them before, but not the headache type, just where the eyes go funny. They went funny yesterday. I wasn't sure whether it was this screen, but I have got a light which I've had here. So it may be that. So I've got rid of that just today, just to see if it makes any difference. See if we can get something here. No.
Order
So we've got a
cancelled.
channel with a break and a new low. So we've already made a new low. So it's got very close to the overnight highs. I'm assuming I would consider them the overnight highs, and that's kind of where we bounced. So overnight highs there. And we've bounced right to the tick. So that may make a difference. Let me just... In fact, actually, I like that colour. Let me see if I can make my background that colour. Slate grey, 15. Slate grey, 15. Opacity. Okay, let's try 75. Ain't worked. No, that's not the same, is it? How do I too bright. That's probably better. Something slightly lighter. That looks better, I think. So we're dark grey. Let's do the same there. It's just giving me headaches for some reason. That's better. That's a lot duller. Okay, Little Hammer, how you doing? Eric, how you doing, buddy? Karina, I've said hello to you. Little Hammer again. That's a new face, isn't it? ISO Cam. How you doing, buddy? Let me change that colour. I don't like it. Let me get something purplish. Purple. I might have to get that even lighter, I think. Yeah, I'm just getting... I used to get migraines without the headache, just a sick feeling in the eyes. And I've started getting it again. I don't know whether it's because I'm glaring at a white screen, but I've been looking at this white screen now for not shy off 5 years, and it's never been a problem. Let's go with lighter grey if there is. That says dark, but it seems lighter. Slate grey. That's still a bit too bright. Actually, that might be a bit better. Let's give that a try. Okay, there is a lower high there, but it's a little bit stacked. It may come down. It's very tempting to take that.
Order.
In fact, I'm
Order
going to take
submitted.
that. Push up, push down. There's a lower high. We had a push down, then it pulled back a bit. Stacking up a little bit now. I may get out of this if it'll let me. That's going to go against me. No, that's going to go against me, that is. Well, there may be a failure. We'll see. Let's just leave it. 2 attempts to push up. It's not a huge risk, actually. There is a failure there. Let's see if this comes down or it screws me. It's starting to stack up, so I'm going to get out of this if I can. Let's... Come on. Let's
Order
drop. There we
filled.
go. We're out of it. Actually, we're not.
Order failed.
Yeah. It didn't work, that. I got a little bit out of it, actually. It didn't close that for some reason. It left all my orders there. Must have hit it quick. So the good news is I got a little bit out of it. I got like $12.50 and $25 on some, so that's better than a kick in the teeth. Trouble is, I liked it. We've had this channel where we've pushed up and we've pushed strong below that EMA, so I think there's a good chance this. The trouble is, that didn't look too bad, but then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars stacking sideways, and when that happens, it lowers the chance of working, so I think the safer option is to get out. Now, it may go on and work. It looks like it is. But the trouble is, that is right in the middle of that, and I think that's vulnerable, personally. It is frustrating when it works. You know, I have this. Do I leave it or do I not? That's where it would have to get. Do I leave it or do I get out? The trouble is, when it does stack sideways, that does reduce the chance of it working. So it's one of those things, do I or don't I? What I will say about getting out of it, you're guaranteed to not lose any money. So would I have taken that trade now knowing that we were going to get a bunch of bars? No, I wouldn't have done. So I think it's okay to get out. So when I took that, it didn't look too bad. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, 6 including that, 7, 8 stacked sideways. That makes it more risky. And all of a sudden, we're back into this little tight range. So it's not going to take nothing for that to pop up there and clear any possible liquidity. So I know I have this thing. Sometimes I lose my nerve and you know, when something doesn't look right. But I still stand with that. If it starts to go sideways and it starts to not feel right, I think you're best off getting out of it. And in that case, it worked. So that saved me a loss there. I forget what it was now. Was it? I don't know. It was 150 or something. I can't remember. And that would have been 300 on other accounts. So in that case, it worked. So it's just one of those things. What I will say is, if you looked at that now and said, would you take that trade? The answer would be clearly a no, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars stacked side by side, and that makes it more risky. And that's exactly what happened. Makes it more risky. We popped up and cleared some of that. So it was a good decision to get out of that last time. The last 3 times I got out for a little bit less, it went on to win. But that's okay. You didn't lose anything, but that one I would have lost, whereas now I am up a little bit. Yeah, so that's not too bad, to be honest with you. At least I'm up. See, on my PA accounts, I'm up $25 count because I go for 2 contracts on that, and the others $6. I got a bit of slippage or something. I am starting to get a little bit of slippage now. I am wondering whether that's down to my computer. So my gut feeling is this was going to push down and test those lows, which I believe it will do. But when it goes sideways, it may just clear that. All of a sudden now, those 2 there, when they're stacking sideways, are much weaker positions. They're not strong positions. That position there, it came up, cleared all that, but didn't clear that one, which tells me that's a stronger position. So we've gone a bit sideways and we've had a breakout. I still think this will drop down and test these lows. So it's one of those things, when in doubt, get that. Yeah, you know, some people say don't mess with your trades, just leave them. Do I think I'd have probably made more money if I'd have just left the trades? Probably a little bit, yeah. But I'd take less losses. So I don't know. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In that case, it worked. It saved me a loss. So it's okay to say, yeah, I'd have been 150 up. but you're actually more than that, because if you're up 150 compared to you be down 150, there'd be a $300 difference. So it's not quite that straightforward. But it's one of those things. When it starts to go sideways, the answer is, I think, it's okay if it goes slow and just takes its time and eventually goes down. Those are the ones really I need to stay in. But when it starts to go clearly congested like that, I think the sensible option is to get out. And in that case, it paid off. So the difference is now I'm, $6 up instead of $160 down. So it worked in that case. So 1, 2, 3. There looks like a triple test here. I prefer that to push above that bar there. 2 legs up. I still think we're going to test the lows. It is a second entry short. That bar's not very good though. Why my bar's looking more or less the same? They shouldn't do. For some reason, this changes. I don't know why. It might have been because I changed it to black yesterday. So that should be a bit different now. Yeah, it is. So I got out +1 tick. So okay, see if we get a bearish bar here. That would be 2 legs up and a second entry short. Two legs up there and a bearish bar. It's a second entry short. Well, that's if it stays bearish. No good anyway. So another reason not to go short here. We got a leg up with a bit of a correction and a possible leg up, so we may come up and test these highs. We're at all-time highs. Yeah, we are. I think we broke. That was it a few days ago. So yeah, we certainly are. In fact, I have my pension in the S&P 500. I don't think there's many more stable things to invest money in, really, is there, than the S&P? Generally, the US has way more growth than the UK. And it just amazes me. I think the S&P, with all the tariffs, dropped, I think it was about 18%. 3 months later, or 2.5 months later, we're at all-time highs, and it just keeps getting higher and higher. So I think it's great. I think over the last 10 years, the S&P's averaged about 14% per year, which is really good. Great growth, that is. So yeah, not long after I started trading the S&P 500 and understood a little bit about it, I changed over my pension to it, and it's done really well. So 2 legs up. My guess is now it's going to test these lows. If we can get a lower high. Oof, look at that. So we'll test this area now. So it was 2 legs up. We didn't quite get the high, and obviously then sellers came in there and pushed that thing down, and we'll at these lows, I dare say. It's kind of what I was expecting here. If you can catch that right, I mean, look how well that's done. That's just dropped super quick. 8 points straight down almost. So overnight highs again. No, you're right, mate. The thing is, what I like about it is, I think, so when these stable things like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ, which are really stable, it doesn't matter what you've got your money invested in. All pensions are invested somewhere. It doesn't matter what you've got your money invested in. If we have some kind of a financial crisis, if things escalate in Russia, we have another COVID, God forbid, whatever you've got money invested is always going to get hit. But things like the S&P 500 are like it does recover super quick. And if it does drop like that, you can bet the reason it's recovering quick is because the smart investors are buying it at a discounted rate. I mean, that went down 18%. If you bought down there, you made 18% profit in about 3 months. So, things like the S&P 500, because they are such a good investment, whenever they do take a hit, and everything does at some point, it does recover quick, which is, nice. It's a good way of buying something at a discounted rate. So it's always good, I think, to keep yourself some cash on hand. And if it does take a hit for whatever reason, it doesn't take much for the S&P to drop a percent or two. Trump says something or whatever, mentions tariffs again, and it drops pretty quick. So, but yeah, it's hard to know what's going to happen with Russia, isn't it? They are communicating, aren't they, Trump? And, I think, you can say a lot about Trump. I personally think he's probably got as much chance as calming things down as anybody, really. So who knows, really? Who knows whether things will calm down? You never know. But there's always tension somewhere in the world. You'd have thought, and it's all men, isn't it? It's not women. You'd have thought men would figure out a way to live together, wouldn't they? It is men, isn't it? It's not women. So, I actually like that. Unfortunately, you could argue that's a hidden second entry short. Your channel down with a couple of legs up. It's definitely men. It's not women. You've only got to go down to your city centres on the weekends, and the guys are beating the living daylights out of each other, and their wives and girlfriends are dragging them apart. Men just can't be trusted, really. We're too boisterous. We're too gung-ho. We get a few, I don't know whether it's down religion or drink or for whatever reason. I was really tempted there.
Order submitted.
If we get a pullback.
Order submitted.
Channel down there. It looks like to me a hidden second entry short. Doesn't look so good here. Got the channel down. It looks like a hidden second entry short. I just don't like it again. I'm not doing too well today. That's not going to work. First loss for a while, this will be.
Order filled.
Oh well, it happens. Everything's closed as it should. Yeah. There was. It's all done now, I think. So we got 2 legs up, push down. We'll test this area 1, 2, 3. Maybe we get a second entry short here. Second entry short. Trouble is, if this is ranging, it may get a bit higher. So nothing I can really do here. Uh, 3.1 points. Actually 3.25 in it. Need to get up here really and get something bearish. 1, 2, 3, triple test.
Order
Okay, see if
submitted.
we can get something up here. small risk there. Hmm. See if we can get a big bearish bar here. It's tempting. It's not huge. It's right in the right place. Trouble is, there is some orders at 60, which is just above this, so I think I'm going to sit and wait.
Order cancelled.
Okay, just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll only be a second. Yeah, there is a second entry long, but it's just floating in the middle of nowhere. Hey, Speedy, how you doing, bud? It needs to be down here, really. It is holding here, so there's a good chance we get up there, but I prefer a correction, so it'd have to come down here. Hey Nick, how you doing, pal? Unemployment 1.2 million, higher than expected, and the market rockets all the highs. I know, crazy, isn't it? Bastian, how you doing? We may have a very big upward channel. Are you looking about something over a few days, are you? Not about something like that, are you? Oh, just today? Are you about there? Yeah, it's possible. It's a bit too early at the moment. It wouldn't necessarily help you get into a trade. It is testing that, but yeah, I don't see how that would help at the moment. It may do later. I think at the moment we've had kind of two legs up into this range. We've pushed out the top of it twice. It may fail. I mean, two legs back, it could go up or it could pull back into the meat of this range. It's hard to say, really. And we've got two legs back and a bullish bar. It's just a bit too early at the moment. It's hard to say. It may go up, it may not. I'm just not sure at the moment. We've had two pushes out. Is it going to get out this third time? Who knows? I mean, if you like this as a channel, we've had a break of it. We've already made a new tick, a new high by a tick. Possible triple test there. Tempting. Will have to be a lower high really to get me into this. We have had two legs back in a bullish bar, so this may trap a few shorts. Hard to say really at the moment. Lower high would be the better option. very tempting. Trouble is, it's right in the middle of this. It's a bit rangy here. Now, it may work. It may come down and take this out, or it might just not. It's just not worth risking at the moment. Yeah, you could argue it's a triple test, but I'd preferred it to clear any liquidity up here. It's very tempting. It is a triple test, but the trouble is, it's hard to say at the moment whether it's just going to trigger and push up. You took a sell, did you? I'm guessing up here somewhere. I was very tempted. I'd have just preferred that bar there to have picked off any little tops there before it came down or before it turned. Big orders down about 46 down here towards the bottom. Well, I think this is going to push down. It certainly could. Get a test of this. A couple of little pushes up here. I'll have a short there. Jan, how you doing, my friend? Where you been hiding? I know you usually take a lot of the summer off, don't you? Lot of coding, automation and stuff. Good on you, mate. Like a second entry short here, but this thing is just it's frustrating. Yeah, I got 5 Traderfy accounts, but I have. I like Traderfy. I like the fact that you're straight into a live account if you want it. You get to $3,000 per account. You can withdraw 2,000. So it's you know, I like it. So I'm around about, well, just under $1,500 per account at the moment. 13 to 15, something like that. I haven't got a code. You've got to use the link. They don't give you code straight away for some reason, but you've got to use the link. There's the link in the description, bud. Yeah. Thank you, mate. You're welcome. Okay, this does look like a larger channel. Trouble is, just too far from the MA. It is sitting there, but there's not much room to the lows. AJ1580, but built an indicator. I would love you to try it out. It's an indicator that auto liquidation price. Your proper counts. Oh, graphically, yeah, okay. Just trying to read them. I'm thinking of yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Always glad to give it a go. Yeah, you take it easy, Nick. Yeah, mate, absolutely. Always glad to give it a go. I'll pop my email address on here, mate. It's on Facebook anyway, so there you go, bud. Pop it on there. I'll leave it on there for a couple of minutes. No worries, mate. Disco, how you doing, pal? How you doing?
Order submitted.
Okay, small risk. See if we can get this to work. There's a little second entry. Doesn't look like it's going to work. I like the way you've got a higher low there, and we're up there. There's definitely bulge trap there, but channel. We'll see. It's just not looking good. I don't know. Just not a massive fan of it.
Order filled. Order filled. $205. Why is that? I don't know what is going on here now. Order filled.
See if we get a lower high. Typical. Now it's dropping. Oh, it's frustrating. See if we get a lower high. I think I'm finished for the day. I'm not feeling it today for some reason. I just feel a bit on edge. So I think I'm best off just finishing early today. Not sure what's happening today, but I'm just not feeling it. So before I end up doing too much damage, I'm going to leave it there. So best of luck, guys. I'll leave you to it. So I'll be back. In fact, no trading tomorrow. I've got my pre-op tomorrow. So no trading. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a great day. Have a good evening. Stay safe. And we'll catch up tomorrow. Bye for now. Friday, sorry.